What's up, everybody? It's me, Blake316, here to talk about E3 2012 Sony's press conference. And all I have to say is, I honestly thought Microsoft failed with their press conference, but then I seen Sony's press conference, and I couldn't believe that their press conference was worse than Microsoft. And Microsoft's press conference was a huge failure. I'm honestly disappointed on how bad Sony's press conference was. If you watch my predictions video, I expected the most out of them. I expected the biggest out of them. And the first time that I actually root for Sony to do good, they disappoint me and they let me down. For starters, they started off their presentation press conference with a 5 minute like catalog of games. It was overly too long. And when they finally got to the games, they showed this one game called Beyond Two Souls, which was from the creators of Heavy Rain. Right now, I'm going to tell you, graphically, this game looks fucking amazing. It totally looks like a CGI movie. It looks like some Avatar style type of graphics. The game looks amazing, and it looks like it's a suspense thriller that'll have you on the edge of your on the edge of your seat, scared shit and jumping around. I'm definitely admitting that this game does look good. The only bad part is it's gonna be like Heavy Rain, which is pretty much, a movie. It's not really a game. Then they go on the show PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. And all I gotta say is, could they rip Nintendo off in Super Smash Bros. Any more than they did? This completely looks like Super Smash Bros. With a PlayStation skin on it. I honestly couldn't believe that it was this much of a carbon copy. It's literally Super Smash Bros. With PlayStation people on it. It's a complete ripoff. Granted, they did say it would have PlayStation Vita and PS3 cross-game capability, but who really fucking cares? The game's a ripoff. But like I said, they focusing on cross-game capability. They really want to have the PlayStation Vita be able to play with gamers on PS3, which is definitely a cool thing because you'll eventually be able to use the PlayStation Vita as a like an advanced controller, which they were saying, which was definitely, I mean, it's definitely cool. I would love to use the Vita instead of the regular PS3 controller all the time. But then after they were saying how the Vita is going to be able to play with the PS3, this is where the funny starts being said. They start talking about PlayStation Network, and the president goes on to say that 80% of PS3s and Vitas are online. No shit, it's fucking free. Who isn't going online with it? Then they also say it's the best online available, laughing out loud when it gets hacked about every other month. Then one cool feature I like to say, they said that the Vitas is going to have PlayStation 1 classics such as Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy. That's definitely a cool feature, I think, to have downloadable games on the Vita, especially PlayStation 1 classics. PlayStation 1 definitely had a great library. But yeah, it wasn't really nothing to get too excited about when they're talking about PlayStation Network. Also, they gave away a year free to everyone on the press conference. Why are you letting us, the viewers, know we're not getting it free? So you can pretty much say that to after the press conference. Who really cares? Also, I predicted this in my prediction video. Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified is going to be a PlayStation Vita exclusive. I absolutely think this is going to be huge. Being able to play Call of Duty on the go, Team Deathmatch on the go. I might get a Vita just for this. Like, I really think if this works out for Vita and PlayStation, this is absolutely going to kill the Nintendo 3DS if you can have an exclusive Call of Duty game on the go. Also, they showed another exclusive PlayStation Vita game, and it was Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. It was basically Assassin's Creed 3 with a female. One cool thing they said it was going to be a bundle pack, which featured a crystal white Vita. That thing looks sexy as hell, and I want it. But then they finally started talking about PS3 games again, and they started talking about Assassin's Creed 3. Now, let me tell you, Assassin's Creed 3, I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed, but this game, I fucking want it because it has pirates, the graphics look amazing, the water physics look amazing. I definitely want this game. They also said there would be a hardware bundle with PS3 that comes with exclusive DLC and the game, but who really cares? But like I said, Assassin's Creed 3, Definitely looks fucking awesome. But they talk about two Assassin's Creed games. Then they talk about Far Cry 3. Like, am I watching a Sony press conference or am I watching a Ubisoft press conference? But Far Cry 3, they did say four-player co-op, which is always amazing. I mean, four-player co-op, Gears of War 3, Halo Reach, fun as hell. But as far as Far Cry 3, the game does look generic. If you're not playing four-player co-op, I'm not really interested, even though they did say it's gonna have a map editor, which is always plus. It's always a plus. It's always cool to have. But other than that, other than a four-play co-op, the graphics look bland and the game looks, like I said, generic as hell. But finally, the Ubisoft press conference finishes and Sony continues with their own press conference. And guess what they start talking about? The PlayStation Move. Why are they talking about the PlayStation Move? Who knows? And honestly, who cares from the average gamer? They're announcing titles like another Little Big Planet game. They were talking about Epic Mickey 2. Who really cares? Why are they talking about PlayStation Move? Nobody gives a shit. I thought they realized this. I thought they abandoned this thing, but apparently they're trying to push a little bit more light into it. And the reason why they're pushing a little bit more light into it is the joke of the night. Sony has a thing by the name of PlayStation Wonder Book. It looks like it's like an augmented reality pad for you to play games with, and they're calling it a book. Like it looks like a pop-up book, like little 5-year-olds read. And they were emphasizing on this game called Book of Spells. Learn to be like Harry Potter. Teaches you how to be a wizard. Oh my god, I'm totally gonna buy this thing. This book not only does it need the Move, but also needs the PlayStation Eye. Come on, Sony. This has to be a joke with this PlayStation book. Then Sony, just like Microsoft, is focusing on what they call PlayStation Mobile. They really want to get PlayStation apps and integrate their PlayStation games on mobile devices. Why would you worry about being on mobile devices when you have the PlayStation Vita itself? Don't you want that to be your main mobile device? You're totally killing your own product by trying to expand into other things. I truly believe they're only doing this because Microsoft is doing it and they're trying to compete. Then down to the wire, they show God of War Ascension. And to be perfectly honest with you, I was not impressed with this trailer whatsoever. I mean, granted, it's God of War and it's going to be an amazing game, but the trailer that they showed really didn't show anything new. Yes, they're going to have some online multiplayer. Like, I don't know how that's going to work with a God of War game. But the trailer itself looked boring as hell. I mean, this is one of your biggest titles. Like I said, it's going to be an amazing game. But when you're going to show it at E3, make an exciting demo for it. It was absolutely horrible. And their last game of the night was Uncharted 2012. Oh no, I'm sorry. I mean Uncharted The Last of Us. The reason why I say 2012 is they're becoming like Call of Duty where they're making a new Uncharted game every year. The president himself said Sony PS3 has been out for 6 years and already there's going to be 4 Uncharted games, including one on the Vita, which is a total of 5 Uncharted games. Talk about milking the fucking franchise. Once again, this demo looked absolutely boring. You know, Uncharted's for thrillers and action and jumping and scaling and all this craziness. The demo was literally this dude doing Splinter Cell stealth style, shooting people with a gun. Boring as hell. But hey, once again, that's probably going to be an awesome game too. But man, Sony, this was by far the worst press conference. You were worse than Microsoft. Congratulations. I didn't think it was possible. But I was highly disappointed. I was expecting huge things out of PlayStation and Sony this year. But unfortunately, I was let down. But it's me, Blake316. Until next time, make sure to subscribe. And I want to know what you think about this press conference because I thought it sucked. Peace.